to the Fighting Illini, and the fans clad in orange and blue are more than ready for this one. The Canes will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. The Fighting Illini offense takes the field, and they'll have the ball first. And they're led out there by a man who will carry the ball plenty in this one, guys.
Well, it's real simple. He's the best player on their team. They have got to force-feed this guy the football, David.
No doubt about it. The offense goes through him. Excited to see how they've built this offense and how many different ways they can get him touches.
Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big two gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these two big powerhouse conferences, they'll do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. Back in conference realignment, it was the best 4 programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC, so this one will be interesting.
They're getting this guy lathered up. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. You got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. When you play backer at Miami, you got to bring some of that vintage Kane attitude.
The attitude, the physicality, the dislike for people. That's what you need at the linebacker spot. Miami's found a few of those guys over the years.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Illinois right back to the line. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Complete out of the backfield. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. So Miami's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Give to the running back. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Looking to pass, it's Vic. They're setting up the screen. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down, and much more. Really good execution by this offense. They're going to run it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. Just moving those chains the way Frank Gore did back in the day.
Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Edgerrin James, so many elite backs in Miami history. Finding that guy that you can give the ball to that's reliable, important part of the Canes tradition.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Quickly to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Looking to throw. Picked off. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. They'll run this play from the pistol. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, the slant route is a good man beater on offense. So defensively, if you're going to knock that away, you have got to be physical at the line of scrimmage. You've got to stay in that hip pocket with the wide receiver. You saw a great example of that on that one.
And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Dropping back, it's Norris. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Handoff to the lone back. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give to the back. At the 45 on his way. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Now he's looking to throw it. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. After the big first down sack for the D, it's second down. They go to the ground. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big bag. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. A run for the quarterback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass, it's Vick. Using his feet to buy time. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Third and goal from way back there.
A really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Looking for a productive play on first down. Nifty little dance step. Snowed under by the defense. Illinois lining up quickly.
And if I'm a QB, I'm calling my own number a lot, especially when it's successful like this. Continue to put me in good situations, continue to get positive chunks of yards. Yep, I'll keep that more.
Now on first down from the 30. They'll ride the hot hand. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. He's looking to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, going up top. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
On third and long, you know what's coming. It's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the fourth down.
And the punt team gets down there. He gets the return man on the ground. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going to the ground. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Throws for the tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. We're lucky that one hit the ground.
And you could tell if the QB wants to run, he's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
Scanning the field, it's Vic. He's got it in the end zone! Touchdown, Cage!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Trying to find his man on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They keep attacking through the air. Moves around to clear up the vision. Short gain on the play before he slides. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is snowed under. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Just needs a crack to get a return. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Offense set on first down. They'll start this drive with a pass. Time to take a shot. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. Let's see what they've got on second down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Pulls it in inside the 10. Touchdown, Miami. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Hurricane. And they take it in for 6 more points. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And this is caught inside the 30, and here he comes. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been taking in a magnificent scene there today in Champaign. And we can't get very far into this halftime breakdown without talking about that stud linebacker. The kid's been everywhere all at once through 2 quarters. From clogging gaps to causing turnovers, he's been a one-man gang. Public enemy number 1 for that opposing sideline. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. That last incompletion leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 23. Fires the pass, intercepted. Touchdown, Fighting Illini. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Here's the handoff. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29. Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking to throw, it's Vick. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Fires to the big fella. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Canes moving quickly to the line.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They're bringing heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And watching this offense the past couple weeks, man, everything's hard. And they got to find a way to get some easier routes, some quicker throws, some higher percentage things, because they're just not hitting at a high clip. And
a shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Canes. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Back to pass, it's Norris. Zings it complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He's right on target. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting a first down. Man, he had to get rid of that thing. I don't even think he had time to find the laces, but he picks up the first down.
Yeah, that's a great job. You know, 3rd and short, the defense is bringing pressure. He sees the pressure, gets the football out, and gets just enough for the first down.
He'll pull it on the read. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll try to do it himself. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's got it on the left. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown, Miami! And the beatdown has ensued. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field, throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter, and I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Illinois offense returns to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They're going to run it. No, what a move! Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. To the air, it's Norris. Got his man on the right.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide, sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. You'll take that completion.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Bargava. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Illinois picked up the 1st down. Now here they come again. He's looking to throw it. He makes the grab.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And they make the striking connection, and they've got it down to the 13-yard line, a red zone chance.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of...
And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Myers on the move. He makes the catch. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Illini.
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You're powered in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
Timeout called by the defense as their first in the half, as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. The offense set for a first down play. Quarterback checking the play. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Looking downfield, it's Vick. Looking left. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. First down for this offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. It's caught. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts.
And a big play on the left sideline. Excellent awareness to get that foot inbound. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. They'll go to the air. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Illinois! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
On to attempt the try.
Is on for the extra point.
Bangs it through for an extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Temple is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Hall of Famer Joe Klecko should never be counted out of any game. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Iowa. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. On first down, here comes this offense.
Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. First down here for the offense. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Now on second down. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Looking to throw, it's Vick. Coming after it. And it's incomplete on third down.
And this offense has got to find a way to get some gains, some layups, some screens. They need some yak, some yards after the catch. They got to find some guys that can make some plays for this offense because it's just boom or bust. There's not...
And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39. The offense lining up for a first down play. He wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Wants to fire on second down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Hurley. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39. He's going to pass on second down. Lets it fly. Makes the grab. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
What a great job outside working that route. Not only did he get to the sticks to make sure he got the first down, but also was able to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock. You could not do that any better in a 2-minute situation.
They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The aerial assault continues. Got his man quickly. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10. He's looking to throw it. They're trying to get to it. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. If they can pay off this third and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play. And this one is just about in the books. The defense can stop the clock one more time as the offense takes a knee. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that they're